Coco Gauff's former coach Livid as he questions NCAA rules as 23-year-old Italian pro joins Florida Gators men's tennis. Coco Gauff and Andre Agassi's former coach, Brad Gilbert, has questioned the NCAA eligibility rules after 23-year-old Italian pro Lorenzo Claveri committed to play for the University of Florida in 2026, according to reports. Gilbert's concerns raise questions about the supposedly fair and equal rules for both American players and international ones. Former player, coach, and tennis analyst Gilbert raised a concern online after reacting to Claveri's announcement post to the University of Florida men's tennis team. Claveri is currently 23 years old and has already played on the ITF Futures and Challengers circuits. He reportedly visited the campus and verbally committed to join the Gators in spring 2026. Florida Gators boast a rich resume, with the likes of Ben Shelton winning the NCAA championships. Coco Gauff's former coach Brad Gilbert raises question after Lorenzo Claveri commits to Gators men's tennis. Since Claveri already has ADP rankings and has played professionally, Gilbert is wondering why international players can compete in college while Americans reportedly face stricter rules if they turn pro and earn prize money. Gilbert wrote on X, "How come this happens? 23-year-old freshman who is playing in futures, how long can he play for? Also, why doesn't this rule apply to Americans to come back to college tennis then?" Claveri has had a considerable career on the pros circuit so far. He has reached ADP career-high rankings of number 643 in singles and number 586 in doubles. He continues to play futures and lower-tier ADP events while still keeping his college eligibility. Before turning pro, Claveri was also a strong junior player with a career high of number 52 in the ITF junior rankings. His current UTR is 12.57, which makes him one of the top recruits for the 2026 college season. Even with his age and pro background, Claveri will join Florida as a freshman. That could give him up to 4 full years of NCAA eligibility, depending on how his status is reviewed, which is exactly what's causing the current debate. Claveri's situation sparks online criticism. Many international players can delay college while competing professionally and still stay eligible, as long as they earn prize money within certain limits. American players, on the other hand, are reportedly judged more strictly if they make money or delay college, which causes many of them to lose eligibility or avoid returning to college tennis if their pro careers don't take off. As soon as Claveri's announcement was posted, many netizens pointed out how unfair the situation seemed. One of the users wrote, "We need to chill. This can't be the new norm." While another netizen added, "It's a slap in the face to the American juniors and parents who invest in their child's tennis career. Why would someone who's at an age of a postgraduate be allowed to start a college career?" Another user wrote, "Brad, please bring light to this issue. The playing field is severely against U.S. kids. The NCAA needs to level the playing field in one direction or the other. Foreign kids have a massive advantage. It's flat out wrong." One user shared his own incident and wrote, "And I had to sit out for 4 matches my freshman year due to playing tournament within the last 12 months before starting school. And I was 18 years old. Crazy times." Another user wrote, "Yet it is the new norm. There should be some organized effort to get the NCAA to enforce rules the same in the US and other countries." Gilbert's main concern here is about fairness, as he argues that if international players can earn money and delay college while still staying eligible, American players should have the same option. His issue isn't with Claveri but with the rules that decide who can play college tennis after competing professionally. The news broke quietly at first, just a short announcement from the University of Florida. But within hours, it had detonated into the biggest debate in American college tennis in years. A 23-year-old Italian professional player had joined the Florida Gators men's tennis team, sending shockwaves from Gainesville to Rome to every baseline where the future of college sports is argued. But the loudest echo came from a familiar voice in American tennis, Coco Gauff's former coach. He was livid, not annoyed, not frustrated, furious. His comments spread like wildfire, igniting a debate that had been simmering under the NCAA's sun-bleached surface for a long time. "This isn't college tennis anymore. This is professional tennis wearing a university hoodie. And suddenly, the entire tennis world needed to know what happens when a veteran pro walks into a locker room filled with 18-year-olds who are still figuring out how to work the campus bus schedule. A storm brewing long before the spark. College tennis has always been a strange hybrid. It is where prodigies go to rebuild confidence, late bloomers go to grow, and foreign players, sometimes older, sometimes already pro, arrive chasing scholarships and new lives. But this? A full-fledged pro, age 23, with ADP points and challenger experience? This was something else. Gauff's former coach had spent years developing precocious junior talent, so he understood the fragility of the system better than most. College, to him, was supposed to be a safe place for players still turning from clay to brick. How is an 18-year-old freshman supposed to compete with a man who has spent 5 years living out of a suitcase on the pro tour? He demanded during a radio interview. His voice was coiled with frustration. If the NCAA keeps this up, you won't need development programs. You'll need bodyguards. Enter the Italian Flame. The athlete at the center of the storm arrived in Gainesville with the swagger of someone who knew how to survive double-fault storms in Tunis, 3-set marathons in Sardinia, and cheap hotels where the Wi-Fi never worked and the pillows smelled like regret. And suddenly, here he was, walking through the pristine athletic facilities of one of the most powerful tennis programs in the United States. The Gators had strength coaches, nutritionists, sports psychologists, and courts bathed in Florida sunshine. When reporters asked why he chose college tennis at 23, he smiled. To grow. To learn. And because sometimes you need a team again. To many it was beautiful. To others unsettling. To Gauff's former coach? It was a bridge being burned. Inside the Gators' locker room. Florida's locker room became the center of a social experiment. Freshmen whispered about the new guy. Dude, he's 23. His serve is like a bazooka. He already has more ADP points than our entire lineup. But the reactions weren't fear-driven. Mostly it was all. Some saw a rival. Some saw a mentor. Some saw a path to the future. The head coach, meanwhile, defended the decision with the calmness of someone expecting the storm. He's eligible. He meets NCAA amateurism standards. And he brings leadership. Leadership. That word alone sent Gauff's former coach into another round of criticism. Leadership? He's older than some of the assistant coaches. This isn't a gap year, it's a career reset.